Hi there, I'm Eric Hollenbeck, Director of Percussion Studies at Colorado State University. I'm talking about the snare drum etude for the 2025-26 Colorado All-State Band Auditions. And this is etude number 31 this year, and we are looking at basically theme and variations. We have an andante, and then an andante, waltz tempo, and allegro following it. So we have the initial theme and then 3 variations. So the last allegro is where you're going to end, and it feels a little unfinalized at the end, but you're just going to stop at the end of that. The tempos that are indicated are just a little bit slower than what's written. So the first 2 andantes, the theme and the first variation, are 84 instead of 90. Waltz tempo will be at 66, and allegro is at 120. You want to kind of get a feel for those tempos and how they work, especially the first theme, the andante. I would be careful that you're not pushing the tempo through this one. It's real easy to kind of move forward in the time. A couple things. The first roll that we have, which is on beat 4 of the andante and the very first theme, you can play 16ths, but at tempo of 84, I actually recommend playing a 16th note triplet as your bass. So at the beginning, you play a 6-tuplet or 16-note triplet there as my bass, and then roll that. Just be careful as you roll that you're not over-pressing. Doing that. Really, you want to be about 3 notes per stroke in that roll. You can do a 5 if you want. Start on your left and then your right on that. I also like the 16-note triplet because measure 4 and 5, this, you can do 16-note triplets there starting on your left and on your right. You want to make sure the 16th notes in this initial theme are very even. We're not hearing that you're not over pronouncing your lead hand on those, so try and get an even sound. On the first variation, the second andante, there's a couple things. One, that 4-stroke rough there, I would play a right, left, left, right sticking, and that way it's similar to the drag you're going to play after it. In other words, you have 2 double lefts prior to the primary note that follows it. The flam taps work really well on the second theme, the second andante measure, which is second measure of the andante and the 4th measure of the andante. Those work really well and try and relax them. Same with the 4th bar. So those are how I kind of approach that, and you can kind of see that. Just be careful, again, the first 2 andantes at 84 do not push and that they settle. The last 2 bars of the second andante, that I play the drags left-handed. And then a triplet roll. So just check out my sticking there. I don't like to do too much on the right hand. I like to alternate once in a while to kind of free up your hands and allow a little more evenness in there. Sometimes things get a little off kilter if you're doing too much rights. And the waltz tempo, which is the second variation, just slow it down, get a little bit softer, and try and make it feel as if it's in 1. So 1, 1, 1. You want a natural kind of tenuto or gagic accent towards 1. You'll also notice like the 4th bar of the waltz, the 1, 2, 3. Instead of playing that mathematically, most of the time you would characterize this a little bit. So starting on the 4th measure into the 5th measure. So 1 and 3, 1. They would kind of compress that a little bit. Same thing in the next line, 2nd bar, where you have. Instead of playing it mathematically like that, adds a little more character. You just want to make sure the downbeat of each bar in the waltz has a little emphasis so it feels like it's in 1. Cool, the next one, allegro, the last variation is at 120. Make sure you're not too fast. I find that the last 3 measures of that, the accents are really hard to make clear. So when you play this, trying to make sure at piano, at tempo, trying to make those da-ga-dap-dap, dig-a-dop-dop, those can be actually quite difficult. And your left hand has to do the work to play the accent or the unaccented note. Just work to make the accents clear in this and that you're not pushing on that. Anyways, yeah, have fun with this one. And again, be careful the first two andantes don't push. And you're getting a good sound. Last thing I would say is make sure the snare drum has some muting and dampening on it. We're playing basically mezzo, forte on down. We have quite a bit of embellishments on the second andante, so all that needs to be clear and crisp. So you hear all those small grace notes on there. So have fun with this one. Thanks.